Hey everyone, this is Ms. Moffat from Across the Literverse. So the room she has painted in very green, which is a plus, and another month of reading is behind us. I've never filmed a wrap-up video before, but I feel like it would be helpful for me to take stock of what I've been reading and just to make sure that I've kept on track with my reading resolutions this year. And the answer is I am not quite on track with my reading goals and I need to get back in line. I read 10 books in March, but before you get impressed with me there, most of that was manga, and manga usually takes me about 40 minutes to an hour to read. That being said, the more manga I read, the better it is for my employer, and that alone is awesome. On the fiction front, I read Less Than Zero by Bret Easton Ellis, who you might recognize as the author of the heartwarming classic American Psycho. Less Than Zero was Ellis's first published novel, and it lays a lot of the groundwork for American Psycho. I was told to check out Ellis because I love Chuck Palahniuk's writing so much, and I understand where the comparison comes from, if only because they both fit so perfectly into transgressive fiction. That being said, I wasn't sold on this one. I actually almost bailed on this book because I was getting so bored, but the book's only 208 pages, so I stayed on. It becomes an Ellis novel shockingly at the end, but I want to save my thoughts for a proper review. I also read this book because of the Rory Gilmore book challenge, which is hilarious given the content. And the second book I read was a supernatural spin-off called Fresh Meat. I love spin-off books for the sheer brain candy it adds to my life. Fresh Meat helped me stave off the cravings for more supernatural during a mid-season hiatus, and I was thankful for the help. Click over here for my full review if you're part of the club and all. And as I said earlier, I was positively rolling in manga this month. I've been trying to beef up the number of titles I can talk about at conventions, and let's be honest, manga is fun. I checked out volume 2 of My Love Story and volumes 1 to 3 of Say I Love You, which I covered in my third Manga Monday segment. My Love Story is the adorable exploration of budding romance, and Say I Love You has quite possibly the most jaded 16-year-olds I've ever read about in a manga format. Needless to say, it was amusing reading these two series back to back. I also checked out the standalone book Nijigahara Holograph by Inio Asano. Now I've read Solanin by Inio Asano, and I love the slice of life, quarter life crisis portrait there. And I liked the art of Nijigahara Holograph, and I hated everything else. I'm debating if I even want to review it because I gave it 2 stars. Yeah, I'm not sure. And then I rounded out my manga binge with the first 2 volumes of Black Rose Alice, which were far crazier than anticipated. It's a vampire series, but the vampires are reworked here. Vampires are born from a plant-based virus, and their life cycle resembles that of the praying mantis. See, this is why I read manga, because you'd never find this in a North American book. And speaking of North American books, I read the first volume of Ms. Marvel thanks to a loan from Ms. Gouveia. I've definitely been slipping on the comics side of the Graphica spectrum, and I need to correct this issue. Believe the hype. Ms. Marvel is a delightful series, and it should be checked out by everyone. The second volume's already on shelves, and I've got some catching up to do. So now that April's underway, which books are you checking out this month? Are there certain challenges you're tackling, or are you a mood reader like me, and you refuse to be pinned down? Do leave a comment below to share your thoughts. On that note, signing off.